What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Ragin Nation Show Transformers 4 Edition. This is just a web series where we talk about all things matter, meaning more production of the live inside Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 55. Whew! And we got stuff to talk about, but before I begin doing some news, let's do a couple of shoutouts. And I want to give a big shout out to Larry Wong from the Ragin Nation, who is based out of Hong Kong, because he's been awesome in sending me photos and just keeping me up to date with the production. Because of Larry, I wouldn't have known that they are shooting in Central Hong Kong today. Once again, they're back in Central, but we'll get more into that later on. Another shout out I want to give out to is to MindSky for posting all these sweet photographs on TF4 2005.com. A lot of his photos are just absolutely superb. They look great, very professional looking, and he just presents captures all the vehicles, all the Autobots in such beautiful photography. So thank you very much, MindSky, for posting all your photos up on TF4 2005.com. And I also want to say a big thank you shout out to YouTube user GT5Fan1 for posting a lot of sweet videos on YouTube of the production of Transformers Age of Extinction while in Hong Kong. And finally, let's give just a random Ragin Nation shout out to Kane Cardinal. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching all my videos. Now, let's get on with some news, because we got to talk about Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Grimlock. But first, let's just talk about Optimus Prime. What we have here, okay, I can't really show you it here, but I'll post the link on the description box below. Click that link right now, and it'll take you to some Optimus Prime CG renders. Now, I can't post it on the video because it's possible that they could be legitimate, okay? I have a feeling that they could be legitimate. If it is legitimate, Paramount Studios might want it taken down from my video, so therefore I'm not going to post it in the video. Instead, you can check it out on the Facebook link below. Open that up, and then have that opened up on the side, and then watch my video in a separate window while I do the commentary on this photo. What we see here is possibly legit CG renders of Optimus Prime. And wow, does he look different. I mean, when we looked at the toy, it looked different. But now that I see the CG render of Optimus Prime, which could possibly be legit, he looks totally different. I mean, Michael Bay always wanted kind of a Japanese influence on the original Optimus Prime. I'm talking about Optimus Prime from Transformers 1, 2, and 3. But in this one, he's going full samurai kind of Gundam mode, because it looks like he's got samurai armor, and there's that weird looking chest. His horns are a little higher, and he's got that skirt thing, you know, that skirt that wraps, that goes around his waist. That's there, and he carries a sword and an energon shield. I call it an energon shield because it looks like it's smaller, and then once he has to go into battle, it expands to an energon shield. So that's really cool, and it looks like he will be doing a lot of hand-to-hand fighting. I haven't seen his blaster rifle yet, I mean, out of all the photos that we've seen him in, so it looks like he might just be doing hand-to-hand combat, which is kind of cool, because I do like it when they fight hand-to-hand style. So, as far as I can tell, this is a very, very different Optimus Prime. His face is still the same, except for some minor tweaks, but other than that, the body is completely redesigned, just like Michael Bay suggested. Now, how do I feel about this? I still need to see the official photo. This is not official. This is possibly legitimate, but it doesn't look like fan art to me. So I'm banking on this being legitimate, and I gotta wait for the official photograph. I mean, the official release of Optimus Prime before I give a full opinion. But so far, I'm just thinking that it's okay. The toy is a bit of a letdown so far, but the render itself is just okay to me. I'm not used to it. It'll take a little bit of time for me to get used to. Now, next up, we got Bumblebee in that same photo, and this looks legit. And the main reason why I think it looks legit is because if you look back in my previous video where I talked about the costume, the Age of Extinction Bumblebee has this kind of a dark gray forehead, which goes down in a sharp little point like thing, you know, where his Autobot symbol is. And then if you look on this CG render, it looks like Bumblebee has the same kind of a design, and I kind of like that. It makes a Bumblebee look a little more aggressive, looks more elite, like kind of ninja-like. And it's all because of that little detail that they added there. Because Bumblebee in Transformers 1, 2, and 3, he always had this kind of a friendly look. Unless he put on his battle shield, but it looks like he had a very friendly look, kind of like a puppy dog because of his eyes, right? But this one, because of that thing there, it makes his eyes look a little more kind of sly. And I like that because it's kind of a new look for Bumblebee. And as far as the rest of him goes, I see more sharp edges. Okay, more sharp edges, making him look more like a hand-to-hand fighter. And another thing is that the chest looks like it's been completely redesigned, just like Optimus Prime. His chest looks like you know, typically Transformers have the hood of the car to be the chest. This time it looks a little bit different. You can kind of see the headlights, but it still looks different to me. But so far, I'm liking the way Bumblebee looks, even though this is a very, very early CG rendered approach to Bumblebee. Now, next up, we have Grimlock. And Grimlock, man, if this is what Grimlock really looks like for Transformers Age of Extinction, I'm satisfied because man, he looks mean, he looks ferocious. Look at those teeth. And this Grimlock that we're seeing here is kind of very close to, or almost identical to the Grimlock that we saw in the early possible fan art. I thought that this photo was fan art, okay? But they're taking this artwork and putting it into this little collage with Optimus and Bumblebee, so that kind of made me feel like it's a little bit questionable as to whether or not this is fan art or legitimate. So I'm still questioning it, but if this is what Grimlock looks like, I'm happy with that. Now, speaking of Grimlock, I was just over at TF42005.com, and I read a little posting for the news, front page news. Okay, this is on the front page news, and then it says, Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, hear Grimlock Roar. And then I was like, what the hell? You can hear Grimlock Roar? Okay, let's check this out. It says, here's a particular exciting clip from Hong Kong filming of Transformers Age of Extinction, courtesy of Laszlo Van on YouTube. In this clip, you'll see extras running through the streets with Freightliner Pagani visible in the background. While in the background, awesome roar can be heard. The sound is mixed with mechanical tone, which has become synonymous with how Transformers sound in the live-action movies. So this could be the roar of Grimlock or one of the other Dinobots. Check out the video below. Now, when I checked it out, something made me feel a little bit like, this is kind of weird. Because this video looks familiar. I've seen this video before, but I can't remember where. And when I watched it, and then I heard the roar, something tells me that, okay, this is complete fake BS. Okay, someone's having a little bit of fun with this, and somebody's pulling our chain. Because when I watch the video, you see people running one direction, and then you hear a roar, and the same people running the opposite direction. Now, it could very well be Dinobots in the background, it could very well be Grimlock roaring, but when I watched the original video, which is this one right here, it never had the roar. So somebody is pulling our chain, and when I saw this video, I knew right away that this has gotta be BS. And I'm a little bit surprised that it's posted on a major website like TF42005.com on the front page news, along with other big Transformers websites like Sabertron.com, comicbookmovies.com, tformers.com. Everybody's posting this as legitimate news, but I'm just gonna say it right here that I've already seen this video, the original version, and I've never heard the Grimlock Roar in the video. Somebody inputted it in, but I think they did a very good job, and it's very appropriate because when they went over that way, it just seems correct that, you know, the reason why they're running back to the opposite direction is because there's something scary over there, okay? So whoever did that, you did a pretty good job, but definitely you didn't get me. But what's most curious to me is why is the Pagani and Freightliner Argosy parked? Okay, what are they doing there parked? Are they just like hanging out, or what's going on here? Do people not realize that they're Decepticons or Stunticons? So, very, very interesting stuff. Now, moving on. The crew has been shooting at West Kowloon near the waterfront. And this is a very interesting scene because what you have here is the Autobots. But once again, Optimus Prime is nowhere to be found. You got Drift, you got Crosshairs, a.k.a. Slingshot, you got Hound, you got Bumblebee. no sign of Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime has been kind of missing, and I've been wondering what he's been doing. I haven't seen a whole lot of Optimus Prime in Hong Kong. Is he even in any of the Hong Kong shooting? But what's also interesting is that you have Hong Kong SDUs there. Now, if you don't know what SDUs there is, SDU means it stands for Special Duties Unit, which is the equivalent of LAPD SWAT or the Canadian ERT, which is Emergency Response Team, or the German starts with a G. The GSG-9? Yeah. So that's what the SDUs are. Special Duties Unit, equivalent of LAPD SWAT. All right, so I'm wondering, how are they involved? Are they going to be taking part of the battle? Because obviously there's no signs of the U.S. military. I don't see any special forces guys. But what I do see is Special Duties Unit from Hong Kong. And what's also very cool, and you guys, if you're not fans of Hong Kong cinema, you guys won't find this particularly exciting, but Hong Kong actor Michael Wong Mung Duck, he is one of the SDU guys, apparently. Okay, and what's very interesting is that Michael Wong has always played an SDU, or at least he plays an SDU a hell of a lot in Hong Kong movies. So it's kind of fitting to have him play an SDU in Transformers: Age of Extinction. It's going to be interesting to see Michael Wong in this movie. So pretty cool stuff. Now, part of the West Kowloon shooting included explosions. Very, very cool. I mean, it was exploding way out in the open, and you can check out videos of that in the description box below. And I'd like to say a big thank you shout out once again to Mind Sky for taking these really, really great photographs. They look very professional and very beautiful, and thank you for capturing the true essence of what these cool cars look like. And also, thank you for taking photos of the back of these cars. We always see the front of these cars and the sides, but we never really get the back, and I think the back looks just as good as the rest of it. So very cool. Now finally, the last thing I want to talk about is more Stunticons. The Freightliner Argosy is seen here with even more Stunticons, and what we have here is a green Lamborghini Gallardo. Okay, we already had a white one, so now they have a green one. We also got a silver white Mercedes-Benz and also a blue Lamborghini Murcielago. Now, what in the heck is going on? Oh, also, we see, I think that's the McLaren, okay? The orange McLaren MP4 12C Spider. I think that's in the background. But is Michael Bay pulling our chain at this point? I mean, like, there are just way too many cars, and we're seeing them kind of at the last minute. They haven't done any of the China filming yet, but what are these cars all doing? You know what? When I really add up all these cars together, it's almost like more than all the Transformers and Transformers characters in Transformers 1, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon combined. There are just so many freaking cars, and how are you going to fit them all in such a short running time? Now, I'm not too concerned about that, but what I am a little bit concerned about is Michael Bay pulling our chain. You know, is he just doing this to throw us off a bit? Because I don't think that would be a very smart move, just because, well, we're getting hyped up about seeing all these cars, and if we don't see them, we're gonna be like, oh man, what the hell happened to, you know, the blue Murcielago, right? You know what I'm saying? So if they're really in it, man, I wonder what the heck they're gonna do with them, because this is just a lot of cars. I've lost complete track. Later in the future, I'm gonna make a complete list of all the vehicles that are involved, but so far I've completely lost track, to the point where I feel like the general movie-going public. You know, the general movie-going public who's not a fan of Transformers, when you watch Transformers, you're just watching a robot fighting movie, okay? That's kind of how I feel right now, because there's so many cars that I don't even know who's who, or who's going to be who at this point. But anyways, I just want to leave that news for you guys, and why don't you let me know in the description box below, who do you think these 4 vehicles are? And also, another thing I want to talk about, the last thing I want to talk about is Japanese lesson time. I mean, what am I talking about? Chinese lesson time. Let's talk Cantonese, and I'm going to teach you how to say Stanley Tucci in Cantonese. I already taught you how to say Michael Bay, Mark Wahlberg, and Nicola Peltz in Cantonese. I'm going to teach you how to say Stanley Tucci in Cantonese, and that would be, Stanley Tucci in Cantonese is, let me read this. Okay, Si Dan Lai Cai Cai. Stanley Tucci, once again, is Si Dan Lai Cai Cai. There you go. There you have it. It sounds like a kind of like a dance. the chai. And that's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. Keep those contest entries coming. If you don't know about the contest, click on the link at the end of the video and be a part of it. October 31st is your deadline to win, to have the opportunity to win some great prizes. So there you have it. My name is Alex. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for update number 56. We got a lot to talk about, and I'm excited. All right, see you next time. Peace. Two credits and 2 hours to the movie, and this is going to be the shortest Transformers live-action film so far out of all 4 of them. And